For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really not why we're here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked and they're going to be a climber for life.
Welcome climbing fans from all around the world, whether you're based in Europe and it's the middle of the night, or if you're in Asia where it's early morning, or on the American continent where it's getting into the evening there. It's great to have you with us wherever you are. Welcome to the first World Cup of the year, and it's the speed experts who have come here to the beautiful city of central Saanich in Canada on Vancouver Island. We're here at the Boulders Climbing Gym, and this gym was the host for the Youth IFSC World Championships in 2013, and they gave us an absolutely fantastic time back then. The action is certainly going to be very intense. Those are our officials. Of course, we don't have roof setters for speed events, and the action is certainly going to be intense here. We've had some very fast times so far, and the athletes are saying that the wall is fast here today. I'm just looking through the women's qualifications. Julia Kaplina, the world record holder, had a time of 7.90 in qualification, only 0.05 of a second outside her world record. And of course, she is going to be a big favourite here today. She goes in as number 1 seed. As you see on our slide, she's the current world record holder, and now she has the 2 fastest times in history with that 7.9 recorded earlier today. On the men's side, well, Boldarev is not here, the world champion, world number 1. He's taking a break, but Libor Hroza with 5.73, the second fastest time in history. Well, he added a 5.83 this morning, just a few hours ago, and he now holds the second and third fastest times in history. My name's Adrian Battersby. It's great to have you on board with us. For the next couple of hours, we're going to be watching some of the fastest speed climbers in the world going head to head. There's our conditions. We are indoors here at the Boulders Climbing Gym, but you might be interested to know it's quite sunny outside. Humidity, of course, does make a difference to the athletes indoors, and the 0% chance of rain. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's also great competition indoors as well. We're due to start climbing very, very shortly, and we've got men's and women's competition coming up for you. This is how the women are looking, or here's how the men are looking. So Libor Hroza versus Sean McCall. You can see them on your screen. You don't need me to really run down the list for you at all, but it's going to be a star-studded list. There are 9 people. I'm just looking at the men's. 9 athletes went under 7 seconds in qualification. That is something incredible. And here's the women's event. We just saw a second ago. There you go. Julia Kaplina, the world record holder, and also incredibly fast, as well as a 7.90. We had Anouk Jobert of France with a 7.98 as well. So 2 athletes under 8 seconds and 8 athletes under 9 seconds in this competition. So really interesting competition to see. Here's the men's. Now, I believe, I'm not exactly sure yet if we're going to see the men or the women first. I believe usually the tradition is that we see the women go first, but of course the men and women do mix up, so we'll see all the early rounds. So it's the last 16 competitions to go first, and then it will be the last 16 of the other sex, and then we carry on through all the way to our 2 finals. Well, I hope you enjoyed the coverage from Austria, from Innsbruck, with our team, Johnny Bryan, Mike Roper, doing a great job with the national broadcaster for ORF in Austria, who gave us some great pictures. And we saw a German double with Jan Hoer and Julian Wurm, both capturing gold for Germany. What a great competition that was for Germany. And of course, in the season that Kilian Fischhuber, an absolute legend of the sport, decided to step down. It's interesting to see if what was a sport that was once dominated by France is now being taken over, or was taken over by Austria for quite a period, is now starting to move over towards the German side. That is something that will be very interesting indeed. As for speed climbing, well, we've got a lot of countries in here. Just looking down the women's list: Russia, Canada, France, Iran, United States, Poland, all in here, and there's some real top athletes. As for the men, well, the Czech Republic, Canada, Russia, Poland, United States, Italy, France, China, all in the mix. So at least 8, I didn't count the number of countries there, but it felt about 8 countries that I listed. So we just got a slight delay here in the arena, so we're just waiting. We apparently just hearing that we seem to have lost a few athletes at the moment. We can't really start a competition without athletes, can we? But there's your list, and we will we're going to be seeing that's going to be a fascinating battle, isn't it? Libor Hroza versus Sean McCall, the top-ranked speed athlete, up against the top-ranked bouldering athlete, Sean McCall. In fact, he was the overall world champion, world rank number 1 last season. Hroza captured a time of 5.83. I really wish our judge would move out the way. We've had words with her so far. We need her to move. So we're getting ready to go any second. This is our wall. Of course, it's the standard speed wall that we're all so used to. And we're just waiting for the first athletes to come out. And the tradition is that it will be the women that go first. So there's quite a crowd here, and here we go. Number 205 and number 89. So our first women, it's Julia Kaplina on the left, and on the right it's Maggie Laroche of Canada. Kaplina, who's got a time of 7.9, Laroche 13.69 in her qualification, so this should be a walk in the park for the world record holder, Julia Kaplina of Russia in the blue on the left. There is the list, and here we go. Off we go. This is our first speed climbing of 2015, and it's going to be a bit of a walk over here for Julia Kaplina, who completes that pretty comfortably, 8.34, a good half a second down on her qualification time, and Maggie doesn't even bother getting through. But a good win there for Kaplina, pretty comfortable going, no problems at all. World rank number 2, and Dub Laroche of Canada is a new athlete we've not seen before. Coming up next, Aurélia Sarisson of France. On the right, it's Farnaz Esmailzadeh of Iran. 8.82 was Sarisson's time, and the Iranian was 9.13, so this should be a very, very close competition indeed. This should be very enjoyable to watch. Nothing in this one. This will be a good battle. Here we go. Off they go. This is going to be very close. Saracen on the slight lead, but she stumbles. And then just Sparta. Oh, this is neck and neck. Who could get a touch here? And Saracen has stumbled again. And Iran takes it in 9.96. What a great race that was. And Saracen had 2 stumbles there. She'll be really annoyed with that. There's the second one. And that cost her the competition. That cost her. She is out. And Saracen 11.14, 9.96 for the Iranian. She's through to the quarterfinals. Superb.
Winner.
Well, they come thick and fast here. Farnaz Ismail Zadeh of Iran holds a hand up to acknowledge applause in the crowd. And here we go next. No missing around. Anna Tsinaganova, world rank number 12 from Russia. Sydney Trinidad of the United States, a new athlete to speed climbing. She's not ranked. Graphics are still a little bit out. There we go, we're back up to date. So Sydney Trinidad, Anna Tsinaganova. Tsiganova got a time of 8.63 seconds in her qualification. Sydney Trinidad 10.46. Off they go, it's a clean start, and they are neck and neck as well. This could be really interesting. Trinidad just makes a stumble. Tsiganova is going to get a touch. Experience counts for the Russian, and a Russia-USA battle goes the way of the Russians. That was really good to watch. But Tsiganova with a time of 9.63. She'll be wanting to improve on that in the next round if she can.
Winner.
So next up, there's you just hear the referee just calling for the next athletes. Claudia Buczek of Poland, world ranked number 4, the big favourite here on the left. And on the right, from the United States, Erika Meister, who is a new athlete to speed climbing, but she did post a 10.08 time. Pretty good competition here. One mistake, as we've seen, one mistake cost the American Sydney Trinidad in that last one. How we go? This is a good start. Both of them start at the same time. Buczek just gets the lead and she just makes a good jump on that dyno, and that's going to make the difference in this race. Buczek 8.73, the second fastest time so far in the knockout phase, and only just very close to her time that she did in qualification. So she climbed pretty well. As for Meister, she was just a little bit out, but she just had trouble on the dyno. And the winner announced as Buczek. Next up, for France, in the dark blue on the left hand side, Anouk Jabert of France. She put in 7.98, the world ranked number 3 athlete, only 0.13 seconds outside the world record. So she is hot here today. And Eleanor Moss of Canada was one of the slowest athletes out there, 13.14. So this should be pretty much almost a training run for Jabert, and she might even have a pop at the world record here. She knows she's not going to be under any pressure. She's going to make a mistake. She's having a good go at this. This is fast. This is really fast. Could it be fast enough? 8.33. That's a really good time, but it's just outside. You can see Jabert is disappointed. 13.13 for Moss, just virtually the same as her qualifying time. But Jabert, wow. She was going for a world record there. She went for it. Next athlete's coming in on the left. It's Alexandra Gutczynska of Poland, who put in a time of 8.77 seconds in qualifying, the world ranked number 6 athlete. And then Edyta Ropek on the right. This athlete has been one of the real kingpins of women's speed climbing over the years. Former world European champion, currently ranked number 8 in the world. She has won numerous titles, and it's great to see her still competing. 9.32 was her time. So Rudzinska on the left is the favourite. As you probably noticed, the favourites, the faster times are on the left in this first round, and these two are very close indeed. And Ropek is giving Rudzinska a bit of a battle here, but all Polish best of the other way, and Rudzinska just gets the touch, but it's fast times. 8.5 for Rudzinska and 8.7. Ropek put in a very fast, much faster than her qualifying time, and that was a really good race. But Edyta Ropek, well, hats off to her. She is a legend of the sport in women's speed climbing, and she takes a bow in her first World Cup here. Next two athletes up, they just they don't hang around, do they, in speed climbing? In terms of the organisation as well, it's Malia Krasavina of Russia, world ranked number 1. She got a time of 8.13 seconds in her qualification time, and Alison Patterson of Canada, 10.83 seconds was her time. In fact, Alison Stewart Patterson, according to the graphics there, obviously wife of Stewart Patterson. We're going to see in the men's competition very shortly. Off we go. Krasavina, the big favourite here by a long way, and she's going to go for world number 1. Is just showing her class here. She's going to post the time to try and roll the others. 8.39. She's not on the best of form yet. 8.39 is a very respectable time indeed. But I've got to say, Krasavina, this is a great replay. Look at this replay. Look at the action on there. Oh, and you can't even see her opponent even there. So Krasavina wins that one comfortably. And finally, the final number 8 race in the women's competition, Patricia Kuciak of Poland. A lot of Polish athletes in here. 5 Poles qualified, and in fact, unfortunately, 4 of them drew each other in the knockout. So I suppose at least it guarantees them a place in the quarters. And it's Monika Prokopik of Poland. So it's world rank number 11 on the left, world rank number 9 on the right. So according to world rankings, you would say that the right-hand side would be favourite, but Chudziak posted a time of 8.73 in qualification, and Prokopiuk posted a time of 9.47. Final heat, last 16 round. Women's competition. Off we go. The 2 Poles are absolutely neck and neck. Nothing between them. They go through the dyno quickly as well. This is going to be really close. This could be anywhere. Oh my goodness. It's Chudziak who just takes it 0.12 of a second ahead. Look how close this is as they get to the touch. This is so close. They get up there. It looks as if, really, no difference at all. What a great race that was. And beautifully shown on the replays. Great job to Steve Wickett's doing a brilliant job on the replays there. But Chudziak wins with a time of 8.33, and that's the women's last 16 completed. Now they don't mess around because they're straight onto the men's, so we don't have a chance to look at the graphic. At this point we would normally have a little breather, but no, we're straight in with Libor Hroza and Sean McCall, and they're not even going to. Oh no, they're just testing. They're going to wipe their hands, right? Libor Hroza, 5.83 seconds in qualification. Only the 3rd fastest time of all time. Sean McCall, I've got to say, I've interviewed Sean last year, and I did say you've got to work on your speed. He has worked on his speed. He's got a time of 8.11 in qualification. What an incredible! Sean McCall is down. Sean McCall is going to win this. All he has to do is climb it like a lead climber, and and he is going to knock out. This is the biggest shock we have seen. 15.12. Sean McCall cannot believe it. Mazza goes, and the man we were looking for a potential world record. Look at him, his hands on his hips. But Sean McCall of Canada, in Canada, has won that contest with probably the slowest time we've seen win a competition, win a race in many years. And the crowd here obviously very pleased to hear. Sean McCall is away, and Legal Roger. Well, I'm stunned. The world number 2, he's just posted in his last race the 3rd fastest time in history. I do have it here to show you if we get the opportunity at some stage, because I thought it was very useful to see, but well, he's gone. You can't make a mistake in this sport, can you? Next up, it's Robert Stuart Patterson against Arseny Shevchenko of Russia. Canada versus Russia. This will be close. Stuart Patterson put in a 6.66. Shevchenko was 6.68. There was nothing in it. He put a pace on it. Slipped right at the end of 6.49. That was really good to go either way. And we're going to see this on the replay. Look at this. Look how close it is all the way up. They are touching those holes at identical times, and Stuart Patterson's foot just slips away right at the end. And that, well, what a race that was. What a race. Very enjoying this. This is a great competition. And no messing around, thick and fast. We're going to get straight into the next one. We've been live for less than 20 minutes, and we're back in 200 men. So it's Jerzy Komalinski of Poland against Max Hammer of the United States on the right, who's wearing some very bright colours for us today, Max. Komalinski got a time of 6.44 in qualification on the left, world rank number 16. And Max Hammer, who is a new athlete to speed climbing, but he's certainly a good one, 7.47 was his time in qualification. And off they go. Hammer and Komalinski. Komalinski just over the lead, and he's held it. Great climbing, 6.84. That is really good. Under the pressure, Komalinski knew he had a good opponent on him, but he just did enough. And it was one of those climbs, no mistakes, just get up there and get the touch. Great replay. Beautiful work from our crew. So here we go. Here's the next one. Max Dzienski on the left, Marcin Dzienski of Poland, and Leonardo Gontero, world rank number 3 and world rank number 10 respectively. Dzienski got a time of 6.48 in qualification, the world rank number 3 athlete on the left, and Gontero, who's been around a little while, this Italian, 7.34 in qualification, and he's certainly able to turn this around. He's got some real ability. These two are absolutely climbing up there. What great pace. Gontero goes down and slips, but a 6.42. It's the fastest time we've seen in the knockout stage so far from Dzienski. So this is going to be, he is putting a statement of intent out there, isn't he? Marcin Dzienski, 6.42, and he seals his place in the quarterfinals. Next up, there's a high five. Those two have had some battles over the years. Two very experienced speed climbers. They've been working hard on their power, on their muscles all the way through the winter. So this is the chance for them to have a good look to see how they are. Bassa Mauam of France on the left, who put a 6.13 time in. A very fast time. I'm looking at the list. That's the second fastest of the competition. And Horser has already gone out, so Mauam is the new favourite now. World rank number 4. And on the right, Francis Boulador of Canada, who's a new athlete, not ranked. And he put a time in of 8.04 seconds. So Mawem, a good 2 seconds faster than his opponent in qualification. Should be the favourite. And that will be our first false start. Mawem decides to just have a bit of practice at the wall. I think that's the first chance I've had to just get breath. Speed climbing is fast for the athletes. It's also fast for commentary, I'll tell you that now. You don't get a chance to rest at all. So there's a little yellow card against Boulador's name, which means one more of those and he's out. Yellow cards do carry forward from qualification as well now, which adds a little bit to it. Now we start on Mawem. Oh, Mawem is eating up. Oh my goodness, he just ran up that wall, and that is 6.17, the fastest time we've seen in the knockout stage. And look how he climbs. He's almost just climbing up the wall without even getting any hold of the holds. I know he is holding onto the holds, but he seems to be scrambling up them. Well, that's pretty impressive. And well, the new favourite to take this crown has just shown an incredibly fast time, and he's certainly one to watch out for. Next two up from France on the left hand side, Quentin Nambo, 6.61 seconds in qualification. And on the right, John Brosler of the United States, 7.04. Another new athlete to the speed climbing, but another one with a very respectable time. We're seeing some very strong North Americans here who are posting sub-8 times, which are certainly very respectable indeed. Here we go. 0.4 of a second between these two in qualification, so this one could be close. And Brosler's having a go here. Brosler's having a real go, and he's going to take it! And he's completely shocked his opponent. It's a win for the United States, and look at that time! He's half a second faster than his qualification times. He had, of course, they climbed twice in qualification, and Brosler has just knocked a half second off that. And I think it's fair to say that Nambo of France, that was a slip under pressure. It wasn't a mistake. He knew he had to increase his pace, and he just wasn't there in time. Wow, what a race that was. And here's next, Zhong Qixin of China, former world record holder, former world champion. I remember him breaking the world record in Arco at the World Championships. What a race that was. Against Kokorin, it was a time when the world record was 6.37, and they both broke the world record. Zhong got 6.26 and Kokorin got a 6.33, so they both broke a world record that had lasted for nearly 7 years, and now we're under 6 seconds. Can you believe? Tristan Gosselin of Canada, 7.9 seconds. This should be an easy win for Zhong Qixin, and he is going to take this easily. 7.10, well within his range. He will go faster later on when he needs to. That was just a warm-up. Don't worry about that. Wow. One more race to come in this men's competition. They're already getting ready. They don't hang around these speed climbers, do they? Always have one. Alexander Shilov of Russia, although I believe it should be Shikov, but the naming systems on the IFSC database seem to be slightly awry. But he's the world rank number 14 for sure, and he did record a time of 6.55 seconds in his qualification. Guillaume Moreau of France, who's a new speed climber, 7.27 seconds was his qualification time. Shilov gets away well. Oh, and Moreau made an early mistake there. He's gonna really struggle to recover. 6.69. That is fast again. And the quality of climbing we've seen, apart from Sean McCall putting in a 15 second when he realised that his opponent had fallen, everybody else under 7 seconds bar one. And that was Zhong who was obviously saving himself for later on. So, the men's competition is now complete. I don't think we're going to get any time to to look at any draws. It would be nice to, but I think that they're already getting the women ready. At this stage, it would be lovely to have a 2-minute break and just have a look at the summary graphic, look at all the times on there, see how things have gone. But I think everybody wants to go out and have a meal tonight. Some lovely restaurants around here. What a beautiful place it is to be here as well. Absolutely gorgeous location. I believe we are having a delay slightly. I'm sure they'll be around any second. So let's get ourselves back into the female. And Julia Kaplina, who put in a time of 7.90 seconds in qualification. She put an 8.34 in. So it was possibly, you know, this is the danger, isn't it? Libor Hurza possibly looked across in his first round match and saw Sean McCall there and probably went, well look, this is going to be quite easy, so I'm going to have a pop at the world record. This is a chance. And he actually, that's the risk you take, isn't it? Because then he slipped off after only 4 or 5 holds. It's nice to see the speed climbers just having a little bit of a wait here, but we've got some interesting. Just looking at, you know, again the standard of the women. Again, just looking down it, there was you know, everybody's under 9 seconds. So that's how the women's went. This is great to see. Those are the times. So I'll let you just look through that yourself, but it's really fascinating to see. And of course Farnaz Esmail-Zadeh, the only shock you could say, beating Sarison, who slipped twice on the wall, and that counted for her. That was always going to be a close encounter, that one. There was only a very small amount of time between them. And Esmail-Zadeh from Iran joins 3 Russians, 3 Polish athletes and a French athlete in the quarterfinals. I am enjoying the fact that we are getting a little gap. It does give us a chance just to collect our breath. This is the men, and look at this. So 3 shocks, you could say. The top one probably being the greatest shock we will see this year. It was the first race of the men's speed climbing for 2015 on our screens, and I don't think you'll see a bigger shock all season out of any race in men or women, because that was quite incredible to see Hroza, who was undoubtedly having a go at the world record, slipping early on, and certainly quite a shock. And if you want to know what sort of form he was in, well, just have a quick look at this, because this is him in qualification. Here he is now, and we're just going to play this. And Hroza is flying. Look at him going up that board. He's looking for the world record, 5.83. What an incredible time. Well, that was me commentating as well at the time. 5.83. That was him in qualification. That was just quite amazing. And you know, that was the 3rd fastest time of all time recorded in qualification. And the reason I did comment on it is because a lot of the people were saying a world record is on here, and it could be it could well be on in the quarterfinals. Maybe not in the men's now, because I think Hroza is the only one who really had it in him to maybe get the world record. But looking at Kaplina, I think Kaplina's she's got her eye on the women's world record, having just missed it by 0.05 of a second earlier. Well, the good thing about Libor Hroza, although he's from the Czech Republic, he actually lives in central Saanich, so he doesn't have too far to go home to drown his sorrows, and possibly that's part of the reason that the event organisers here have put on a Speed Climbing World Cup, because we're seeing a lot of North Americans competing. It's great to see so many from North America. You look at the flags there, there's quite a few American flags, quite a few Canadian flags, and 2 of them have qualified, and a mix of countries again, 2 Polish, a Frenchman, 2 Russian, Chinese, and America and Canada complete. Well, I was just looking at the world rankings a little bit earlier, and Daniel Boldarev finished 2014 on top of the world rankings. Marcin Zienski was number 2. Well, he posted a great time in the men's, and of course he's could well be a big favourite now for this event, along with Bassa Mawam. I think those 2 are going to be having a big battle. Could well be a final later on. Libor Hroza finished 2014 as world number 3. Although when I looked up a little bit earlier on, I think he's actually showing as world number 2 on the current system. So of course things change. Those rankings were as they finished at the end. There's the female finals. So I'm actually enjoying this. The fact that we just get to have a little breather. I just wish that we could have an extra 30 to 45 seconds in between races themselves as well, and that would really help. Just enable you to collect your thoughts and to sort of just think about what you've just witnessed. Just looking down the times there. Kaplina got an 8.34, not a 9.0. In fact, some of these times do look a little bit wrong. That top time should certainly say 8.34 for Kaplina. See, there's some very close times in there. Tikhanova of Russia, probably the slowest with 9.63, and Iran 9.86. Here we go. So our first quarter-final in the women's competition. Yulia Kaplina, the world ranked number 2. She put in a time of 7.9 in quals, 8.34 in her first round, up against Farnaz Esmailzadeh of Iran, who put in a 9.13 in qualification and a 9.86 in her last 16 rounds. So Kaplina, the big favourite here, but Esmailzadeh is having a go, and she's going to put pressure on Kaplina, but Kaplina is far too experienced to be upset by that. And an 8.06 for the Russian. She is moving on, and a very, very confident performance. Not far away as well, 9.0 exactly for the Iranian. That's her fastest time of the day, actually. So well done to Farnaz Esmailzadeh. But she departs the arena. Next athletes, as we get a good view of them getting ready to come on. It's Anna Siganova, the world rank number 12 from Russia, up against Klaudia Buczek of Poland. Siganova was putting times of 8.63 and 9.63. 8.63 in qualification, 9.63 in the first round, and Buczek was 8.68 and 8.73. So these two have been very, very close indeed. Siganova just slightly better, but this could be very close indeed. And Butchek and Siganova are neck and neck. This is a slight delay from Butchek. She's trying to make up for it. She's making a big push, but that one mistake pays. And Siganova with an 8.27. That's her fastest time of the day. What a time to put it in, because that meant that she is now qualified through to the semi-finals. Siganova. She will be very happy indeed. She has qualified through for the semi-finals. The next girls are already getting ready. No messing around here. It's Anouk Jobert of France, who put in a time of 7.98 seconds and 8.33 seconds. The world ranked number 3 athlete. And against her is Aleksandra Rudzinska of Poland, who's put in an 8.77 and an 8.5. So this one certainly looks as if it could be quite close. Half past 6, live in central Saanich, Canada. Joba versus Rudzinska, two heavyweights of women's speed climbing. Joba makes a great move on the dyno, but she struggles a little bit there, but manages to get away with it. And 8.16. Joba gets another fast time, and that's enough to get her through to the semi-finals. Lovely replay, loving these replays. Great camera work from our crew. And the final, quarter-final, it's Maria Krasavina of Russia, world rank number 1, up against Patricia Chudziak of Poland, world rank number 11. Krasavina 8.13 and an 8.39 in the first round. Chudziak an 8.73 and an 8.33 in her first round. So Chudziak actually faster than the world number 1 in her last 16 race. This could be interesting. Off they go. It's a clean start for both. Chudziak, who was slightly faster than Krasavina, is giving her a real go. Krasavina makes a brilliant move midway, and Chudziak struggles, and Krasavina an 8.17, a fast time for her. She's just struggled a little bit of late, you could say. Krasavina still world number 1, but 8.17, and well, the 4 winning times in those quarterfinals: 8.06, 8.27, 8.16 and 8.17. Absolutely nothing between them. Really is quite phenomenal. Here we go. Sean McCall just dumped out the world number 1. The world number 2 out of this competition. He has a time of 8.11 in qualification. Time in his last 16 round, 15.1 if you want to know for exact. But he was just walking up because he'd realised his opponent had slipped. Shevchenko from Arseny Shevchenko from Russia on the right, 6.68 in qualification and a 6.49. Shevchenko, the big favourite here. World rank number 8 against world rank number 28, McCall. And Shevchenko should win this comfortably. He's looking strong. He even has time for a little break in between, but 7.39. And Shevchenko, well, as we saw, there was a slight delay in there. That's his slowest time of the day, but he still wins comfortably. Sean McCall, we're going to see a lot more on the Boulder World Cup in Toronto and Vail. I'll be over there presenting both those events with our team. Next up, it's Jerzy Komarzyński of Poland up against Marcin Dzienski of Poland. Komarzyński was 6.44 and a 6.84 in his knockout stage. Dzienski 6.48 and a 6.42. So this is going to be really close. This is going to be incredible. World rank number 16 on the left, world rank number 3 on the right. But the rankings mean nothing because it's all about the times, and these times have been close. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Really close. Komazinski and Zienski. There's nothing in it. This is going to be so tight. Oh, and a mistake from Komazinski right at the end. And a 6.2. A 6.2 from Zienski. His fastest time of the day. And he needed to. He knew he needed to do something. Marcin Zienski pulls in a 6.2 and he wins and gets through to semi-final. What a great race that was. Next up, Bassa Mawem of France up against John Brosler of the United States. Mawem has put in a time of 6.13 and 6.17, two very fast times, and Brosler 7.04 and 6.54. Brosler, one of the new kids on the block, unranked currently. Mawem currently ranked number 4 in the world. Big difference. This is a big moment for John Brosler. Go. Mawem just got a slight lead on his opponent, but Brosler's giving Mawem a push here, and Brosler just slips at the end. But what a 6.06. That's Mawem's fastest time, and I'm pretty sure that Brosler was going to be getting a really good time himself, except for just going down right at the end. Just that foot there. Oh yes, just the left foot. And he went down, but he was really having a go. Well, John Brosler, we're going to see a lot more of this kid. He has really come from nowhere, and he's pushed the world number 4 all the way, and that could have been much closer. Next up, from China, former world record holder, former world champion, Zhong Qixin of China. He's recorded a 6.37 and a 7.1 in his qualification. He's up against the Russian Alexander Shilov, who's recorded a time of 6.55 and 6.69. This is going to be a really tight battle. Two absolute powerhouse nations of the sport. Russia versus China. How many people do these two represent? Off we go. What a good start. Both of them really fast. Oh, what a great dyno from Shilov. But Zong manages to take it. 6.38. And Zong, seeing he was under pressure towards the end, manages to pull it out. What a great win for Zong, because he was slower than Shilov in both qualification and in the early round. Zong was definitely the outsider, but he pulls in a super time, 6.38. And he moves through to the semi-finals. Wow. So next, it is the semi-finals. And we may have a break, we may not, I'm not sure yet, we will see. Well, it looks as if we are just going to have a little short break, which is good. Just gather ourselves. Hope you're enjoying this coverage here, wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to be bringing this to you. That's how the women's has gone. And that's actually incorrect. We'll just leave that a second. It was the correct results on the wrong page. That was the first round results, but we'll get those up in a second. Press the correct buttons, no doubt. There we go. Well done. So that's our semi-finals. 3 Russians and a French athlete. That's going to be close. Just looking at those times. Look at them. 8.06, 8.2, 8.16, 8.17. Wow. There's not a lot between those. There's basically 0.14 of a second between the 4 athletes. That really is pretty tight. And here's the men. 4 nations in the semi-finals: Russia, Poland, France and China. So first of all we're going to get semi-finals, then we'll have a 3rd, 4th place, which is called the small final. I like that title. And then of course the final at the very end. Well, I hope you're enjoying the coverage. We've got plenty more climbing to come. Coming up next, it's we're in Toronto at. In fact, I'm just bringing up the dates while I'm trying to multitask here. It's not always the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a man. IFSC Toronto, 30th and 31st of May. 13 days time. I'll be bringing you live coverage from Toronto. It's a brand new location over there as well. We're pretty much in the centre of Toronto this time, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful to be bringing that to you. And certainly it's going to be pretty big. The Boulder World Cup, a little bit shorter this season. I believe there's only 5 events. I haven't counted them, but I was certainly reading one of the forums. So every victory will be crucial this year. And then the following week, on the 6th of June, be in Vail, Colorado, which is part of the GoPro Mountain Games. And that is always a spectacular event, absolutely wonderful event. One of my personal favourites, always wonderful being in the USA. So that's how the women's category, the female category, is looking up. Then just looking a little bit further afield, 2 weeks after that, Mike and Tom will be going over to China. There will be Chongqing for the Boulder World Cup on the 21st of June. And on the 27th of June, more Boulder World Cup from Haiyang. So there's quite a lot of climbing coming up in the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's always busy. And then in July, we start taking on the European season. So we start off in North America, we go to Asia, and then in July, a big favourite with a lot of athletes, Chamonix. A real home of the sport, you could say. That's the 12th of July. And then Briançon, just down the road, on the 18th of July. And then towards the end of July, in fact it's the 1st of August, we'll be at Imst for what I think is the final Boulder World Cup of the season. There's Munich, of course. But from that count, there's definitely 6 Boulder World Cups, because those are 6 already. Munich always the last one, of course. And then we have got the World Youth Climbing World Championships in Arco, Italy, towards the end of August. So That'll keep you busy for watching. I know that these webcasts are always extremely popular. The boulder and lead extremely so. Speed climbing not so hotly followed by the climbing audience. It is quite a unique brand of climbing, which of course not so many people do, but it's certainly explosive and exciting, isn't it? Wow, these guys are something special. I suppose a recreational kind of climbing is much more bouldering and lead, so that's why we get a lot more people watching those particular disciplines. It's just incredible to see the skills on offer. And I hope you did enjoy our coverage from Innsbruck as well, when we covered the European Championships just a few days ago. The German double. I'm not 100% sure what the delay is at the moment. We are just I think we are getting ready. Looks like our cameraman's getting ready. Here we go. Women's semi-final, female semi-final. It's Julia Kaplina, the world record holder, on the left, and on the right it's Anna Tsiganova of Russia. Kaplina's put in a time 7.9 in qualification, 8.34 and 8.06 were her times in the knockout stage. Tsiganova, world rank number 12, put an 8.63 in quals, and it was a 9.63 and an 8.27. So Kaplina has been faster than Tsiganova at every stage of this competition so far. Kaplina is the big favourite, even though it's a semi-final, and Tsiganova is having a real go here. This is going to be closer than we thought. Kaplina just stretching away at the end. What a great touch. 7.74, and what a time it is. That is incredibly a new world record. Oh my goodness.
And the winner.
New world record for Kaplina. Well, we may have had the wrong graphic up there, unfortunately. This is Jobert, 7.74, world record for Kaplina. I might be getting good at this job. I think I actually predicted we may still see a world record yet, and we just did. Julia Kaplina breaks the world record there. Don't be put off by the graphic showing that Jobert on the screen afterwards. It was Kaplina, as we saw. Krasavina, Jobert versus Krasavina. Jobert has put in 7.98, 8.33, 8.16. Krasavina has been those times as well. And this is a bad start, a really bad start for Jobert. And Jobert is going to try and make it up. Oh, and she doesn't get a touch. Krasavina on the right, 8.30. Sure what's happening here. The referees are just having a little discussion. I think they're just rechecking. The male athletes are it looks like we're going to go again. I've got a feeling that the touch from Jobert didn't register. And so, well, this is controversial because they may have been looking at a replay system to see if it was clear, if there was a clear winner, and they decided that there wasn't a clear winner. So we're going to go again. Joba versus Krasavina. And Krasavina, who probably thinks she's already won this once, has now got to pick herself up off the floor and try and do it again. And Joba and Krasavina are going, no, absolutely neck and neck. What a close race, and Krasavina takes it this time, a second time. But what a close race, and what a great time. 8.31 against 8.34. 3/100ths of a second. The difference there. Okay, men's semi-final. Saanich Shevchenko up against Marcin Dziecięcki of Poland. Shevchenko's put in times of 6.68, 6.49, 7.39. Dziecięcki of Poland 6.48, 6.42 and 6.2. So Marcin Dziecięcki on the right, the world rank number 3, is the favourite up against world rank number 8. Marcin Shevchenko on the left. Dziecięcki's not ready yet. He's not happy with that. He's not happy with himself. Now, could that just show that he's a little bit nervous here? This is a big one. Russia, Poland. 2 powerhouse nations in men's speed climbing. Off they go. Oh, and Dziecięcki's gone early. He's made a big mistake. Oh, no way! He's come back, and Shevchenko has made the most incredible mistake. 7.09. A get out of jail card for Dziecięcki, and he gets through to the final. That's unbelievable. Shevchenko made a little slip, and oh my goodness, 7.09. Oh, that is incredible. They're only climbing for 7 seconds, and to think that a race can have one athlete go ahead and then overtaken by the other athlete, it's and it all happened in 7 seconds. Next up, second semi-final, Bassa Mawam of France, who's put in really 3 incredible times, 6.13, 6.7 and 6.06, up against Zhong Shixin, the former world champion, former world record holder, who's put in time 6.37, 7.1, 6.38. This is going to be fast. 2 top athletes, world ranked number 6, world ranked number 4, at the top of their game. Sit back and enjoy. Off we go. Oh, Bassam's down! It's all over! Zonga's going to win this for China, and he posts a 6.41, but Mawam goes early. He makes a big slip early on, and Zong wins the battle of the heavyweights. 6.41, doesn't really matter about the time. Although the time was still pretty fast, of course. That's only a few tenths of a second outside his old world record. So, semi-finals complete. Chance to have a little braver. So, women's competition, it's the small final coming up next. So this is for the bronze medal. There you see, that's how it's working out. Siganova versus Jobert. I think a lot of people had Jobert down as potentially a winner of this. And then Kaplina versus Krasavina. Well, it's the world number 2 versus the world number 1 in the final. So that really has worked out, I think, as probably a lot of people would have promised. But we've had some very good tight bouts. So you can't, this sport you just cannot predict. But the cream has risen to the top in the female category. As for the men, we have Shevchenko versus Marum coming up in the 3rd place, and it's Poland versus China in the final. We'll just get to gather our thoughts again. It's 3 o'clock in the morning if you're in the UK, or 4 o'clock in the morning if you're in Europe, which is where a lot of our audience comes from. So I'm sure a lot of you are watching this the following day at work on replay. Hope you're enjoying it half as much as I am. This has been a great climbing competition. There's just a reminder of how the women's is shaping up. Really good times, and I think Anouk Jobert, I think I secretly had her down as winner, but she lost out to Krasavina, who obviously realised that her opponent was struggling, and you just saw she just obviously went a little bit safer, 8.31, just a little bit slower than some of her earlier times. But it could potentially be a Russia 1-2-3 in the women's competition.
Waiting to resume the action here of the boulders, just to give you those times for what's happening tomorrow, because it's not all done. We still have the finals of the 240 competition for Canadian nationals. So the athletes need to know that isolation will open at 8 and will close at 8:45 for all categories.
There's just some announcements being made. This event is actually in the middle of a bigger event that's taking place here, which is the Canadian Nationals. So they've had the speed climbing competition already. There's boulder competition taking place. And actually, I don't know. It is remiss of me to not know this, but I'm not sure if there is a lead competition taking place here. I can see that there is a lead wall here, so I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't always also a lead taking place, but certainly the other two are. And it'll only be 13 days before I'll be bringing you live action from Toronto for the Boulder World Cup that takes place there, and that's going to be the first World Cup of the season in the boulder category. Well, we started off with an incredible shot with Libor Rosa, who I think everybody in the competition had got nailed on for the gold medal. And you'll see that on that screen he's not even there, because in the very first race of the day in the men's category he slipped. I'm almost certain in my mind that he was going for a world record. He knew that the wall was good. It's a fast wall. We've seen a world record in the women's category, and he was really having a go at it, and he missed out, and Sean McCall ended up almost just walking up the wall to win that bout in 15 seconds. That's how the quarters, semis have worked out so far in the men's category. Pretty fast times there. Look at those times. 6.2, 6.06, 6.38 in just the quarterfinals alone. Now remember, the world record at one stage was 6.37 that had lasted for about 7 years. And I remember Zong kicks in against Stanislav Kokorin. Kokorin put in a 6.33 and kicks in. Zong put in a time of 6.26 to break that world record that had stood for 7 years. And it's been broken a fair few times since. As you well know, as we showed you recently, Daniel Boldarev of Ukraine at the World Championship final in Gijon, Spain last year, in September last year, 5.60. Second fastest time, Libor Hroza of the Czech Republic, was 5.73. And well, the time, and then of course the third fastest time in history, I just showed you a little bit earlier, which we recorded from his qualification. We had a feeling he was going to go for it, and he did. And he put in a time of 5.83, which was the fastest time, the third fastest time in history. Well, Yulia Kaplina of Russia was just knocked 0.09 of a second off her world record with a 7.74. It was, the world record was 7.85 before today. And that was from Wujiang in China in October 2013. So that world record has lasted nearly 2 years. Here is the small final. Oh, well, there's a slip there from Jobber, and Siganova is going to take this. Well, the graphic was showing the men. Well, it might as well stay up now, because here are the men. Arseny Shevchenko against Basamawem. Here's the men. Battle for the bronze medal. Mawem versus Shevchenko. Mawem is spreading his legs out. Oh, he's absolutely romping this. 6.05. What a time from Mawem. And, well, he's put in a series of times here that has been absolutely astonishing. And just one slip in that semi-final against Zong Kixin. He's put in a time, he put in 6.13, 6.17, 6.06 and 6.05 there, which is his fastest time of the day. What a combination of times. But unfortunately one slip in his semi-final against Zong, and that has cost him. So we now have two finals to come. And here we go. Yulia Kaplina of Russia on the left, Maria Krasavina on the right.
On his trip to Canada. And now is the ladies' final. Between these two Russians, Maria on the left, Maria on the right.
Fighters, at your marks.
Here we go. The final.
Ready.
Kaplina goes away, but she hesitates early on and she could be in a bit of trouble. Krasavina's given her a real push, but Krasavina has trouble herself, and Kaplina 7.82, and that's with a hesitation. It's the second fastest time in history from the Russian. Wow, and that's with a hesitation halfway up. Wow, what a time, and she just breaks the old world record yet again. What a way to win a final. The second fastest time in history for Kaplina, and well, she may be world rank number 2 against Krasavina's world rank number 1, but there's no doubt it's probably going to change the other way around very quickly. Here's the men's final. They don't hold about, do they? So Kaplina records the first and second fastest time in history in her last 2 bouts. She's on fire. Here's the final. Dziecięcki on the left, who's been very, very solid. 6.48, 6.42, 6.2 and a 7.09. Zong kicks in 6.37, 7.1, 6.38 and a 6.41. This is going to be close, and I just felt that Marcin Dziecięcki was a little bit nervous in his semi-final. Here we go.
Ready.
And a little hesitation again. I just wonder whether Dziecięcki just suffers a little bit with nerves in these big occasions. He wanted a bit more time, just put his hand out, said he wasn't ready. Here we go. The next 6 seconds going to decide our gold medalist. Off we go. Oh, we have a false start, and that was very close. It was almost a flyer. He went exactly on the button. And we'll have a yellow card against Zong Xixin. A little bit more tension. I'm not sure what the delay is here. I think Marcin is just saying he's not quite ready. He did quite a bit higher up the wall, so possibly expended a little bit of energy. He's just trying to kick his legs loose. Here we go.
Fighters, at your marks.
Here we go, the final. World Cup number 1.
Ready.
Here in central Saanich, and now a false start the other way. Well, that probably signifies that these two athletes both know it's going to be very close. Now, one more false start, and this final has been won by default. And nobody wants that. Nobody in the whole world wants that. But it is going to mean that we possibly won't get as fast a time, because they're both going to just hold on and be extra safe now on this start. You don't want to hand victory to your opponent.
Fighters, at your marks. Ready.
They're both away this time. This is going to be close now. Zong and Dziecięcki, neck and neck. Oh, and Dziecięcki makes a mistake. Zong wins 6.26. And he is happy. Oh, what a race. And it's Zong's fastest time of the day as well. In fact, it matches his old world record that he achieved when winning the world title back in Arco a couple of years ago. 6.26. Well, Dzienski was certainly pushing him hard, and I think he's feeling a little bit disappointed. He's posted faster times than that in this competition. Well, we're just going to set up for the medal ceremony. And this is how the men's finished. There you see Basamawa putting in a 6.05 at the end. He did put in an incredible series of times all the way through that competition. He's incredibly strong. Just that one mistake in the semi-final cost him hard. And he ended up with the bronze medal. But a great performance from Zhong Kixin of China, who took the gold. Here's the women's category, the female category. Kathleen winning with a 7.82 and a world record in the semi-final, 7.74. Two incredible races, and well, she had some pretty strong opposition, didn't she? But Yulia Kaplina of Russia, a world record in the semi-final of 7.74 and the second fastest time in history in the final. And she was pushed all the way by the world number one, Maria Krasavina. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. We're not going to go quite yet. We're just going to hold on a little while. We're going to try and take the medal ceremony and hopefully grab a few words with a few of the athletes. And I hope you've enjoyed the coverage with us here. My name's Adrian Battersby, and well, hopefully you'll be catching us in a few weeks over in Toronto and Vail. Well, I've just been talking solidly, I think, for about an hour and a half. So I am going to go and just grab a glass of water, so please bear with me. But I will be back very, very shortly when we're getting ready for the qualifications. So I'll be back very shortly. Well, while we're just waiting for the award ceremony to take place, what we're going to do is let's just have a quick look at that what we saw a little bit earlier on, the world record. You want to see it again? Well, I know you can skip back if you're watching this live on YouTube or on the 24/7 player, but I'll tell you what, let's just watch this. Getting ready? Here we go. Women's semi-final, female semi-final. It's Yulia Kaplina, the world record holder, on the left, and on the right it's Anna Tsiganova of Russia. Kaplina's put in a time 7.9 in qualification, 8.34 and 8.06 were her times in the knockout stage. Tsiganova, world rank number 12, put an 8.63 in quals, and it was a 9.63 and an 8.27. So Kaplina has been faster than Tsiganova at every stage of this competition so far. Kaplina is the big favourite, even though it's a semi-final, and Tsiganova is having a real go here. This is going to be closer than we thought. Kaplina just stretching away at the end. What a great touch, 7.74, and what a time it is. That is incredibly a new world record. Oh my goodness.
And the winner,
It's a
New world record for Kaplina. Well, I thought you might enjoy watching a little bit of that again, and as you can tell, I was a little bit shocked at the time. It was just quite incredible, because it didn't actually look as if it was that fast. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I just didn't feel it. It was a fast one, and then the time came up on the screen, and well, the statistics don't lie. We're just going to wait for the ceremony very shortly, so do bear with us. We'll be right back with the medal ceremony, and we'll try and grab a few interviews with some of the athletes. So here's the medal ceremony taking place. It's a Russia 1-2-3. Siganova takes the bronze with a great performance in that small final of a Jobert. And Kaplina taking the gold with the 2 fastest times ever recorded by a female speed athlete. And Russia totally dominant here. So a Russian 1-2-3, Kaplina, Kasvina and Siganova. Absolutely superb competition, and Russia again showing their dominance in this sport.
In third place, representing France en 3e position pour la France avec la médaille de bronze,
Probably the most consistent climber throughout the whole of the competition. Maman Bassa, some spectacular climbs. He takes the bronze. From Poland, the silver medalist. Marcin Dzizinski.
First position, the gold medal winner today, representing China in these IFSC climbing World Cup speed championship, speed competition in Central Saanich. It's Chichin Zong of China.
And Zong Kixin takes the gold with that time of 6.26 seconds in the final. In fact, Marin Bassa actually posted a 6.05 in his small final. We're going to see a lot more of that young Frenchman in years to come. But Zong is weighed down with flowers, and that's a great little trophy there. And that's your 1, 2 and 3. So we are going to be getting interviews with these athletes, but those interviews won't be taking. There'll be a little while to come yet. The athletes are going to go for doping tests, and so we won't be able to bring them to you live, but we will get them on the screen and we'll load them up afterwards on the YouTube channel. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. In fact, all 6 athletes are going to get together now on the screen for a final shot. That's a beautiful shot, that is. There you go. That's a great way to finish off. And on that note, so I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. My name's Adrian Battersby, and this has been the first World Cup of 2015. Absolutely wonderful affair, really enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks' time from Toronto, and we'll leave you now from Central Saanich in Canada. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
I have to move this over here. I need you to bring the green cord.